Nation, what is up? Welcome to the 8th episode of the Toss and Horseshoe podcast. So, October 19th, you got myself, Van Kemp, co-host Hayden, and we got a special guest here, JDW Sports Talk Show, man. So, we got 3 people talking Colts today and ready to dive into it. How we feeling, fellas?
Good, man. Good. How are you, brother?
Yeah, man, doing good. So, we got Pennsylvania here, Virginia, and we got old Mississippi. So we got all around the area, man. So dive into it, man. I know we went live, Sunday, but big game for the Colts versus Jaguars. I mean, that was a must win, obviously in Frank's Reich book, but also our division standings as well. So what was some big takeaways from you all? What'd y'all get?
Go ahead, man. You want to go first? You can. I got a lot to say.
So my biggest takeaway is, man, the offensive line found something. You know, I wasn't looking for anything big. We were just looking for some sort of improvement to give Matt Ryan some time. You gave Matt Ryan some time, got the ball there, and you see the big difference that the offense made and you know how much better it was. But still, I've been seeing Matt Ryan kind of throwing ducks at times, just not getting enough, mustard on the ball. Sometimes I want to see that be a little more consistent because I've seen that a few times, even in Denver, happened a few times. Pierce had to come back. This game it happened a few times. A few out routes could have been made, but a little more arm strength we need. But the defense, the run defense, Kwity Paye is really probably that guy that we're missing that bad. I didn't really think Kwity Paye had that much of an issue because we have Buck, we have Stewart, we have other guys. I guess missing Darius Leonard too definitely hurts, but Kwity Paye, I guess we're really seeing how much we miss Kwity Paye, but we're also seeing a difference in how much pass rush we're getting. So is Kwity Paye really not making that much of a difference in pass rush? And are these other guys being better in pass rush? Kwity Paye is just insane in the run game. The corners looked okay. I like the safety play. Zaire Franklin has been phenomenal. Love Zaire Franklin. EJ Speed has made some big plays. A lot of good things. Frank Reich actually called a good game plan. The quick passes. I wonder how much I see you shaking your head, and I kind of.
Hey, y'all are both Fire Frank people, so I'd love to kind of get this debate. But hey, while we're on the defense, we can start with that. I mean, you mentioned Kwity Paye a lot, right? I will say Tyquan Lewis came in big, lots of snaps. He recorded a sack and a tackle for a loss. So I think he kind of filled that void, with Kwity Paye being out with that ankle injury. And then a Dangbo added a sack as well. So, I mean, they came up big on the pressure side, but the run defense, I mean, you see the clips time and time again with Brandon, just kind of missing the judgment on the line of what's going on. Those big runs could have been limited a little bit if we kind of had some pressure on the front more so. And then big shout out to Zaire, man. 11 tackles. I'm looking at the stat here. 65, tied for most in the NFL. He's had a big presence, and I know Hayden had some kind of insight on that Sunday, really saying, do we want to mess up something that's working, right? Obviously, we miss Shaq. Obvious. That's a big
Darius,
thing.
didn't I?
Yeah, I think I did earlier too, maybe. I don't know. But Shaq, either way, we get you, right? But do you kind of, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Exactly.
He is giving a big presence in the defense. What's thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'll take that. So first of all, hold on real quick, because I never got to speak on the subject of Matt Ryan had time. The Jaguars defense is in the bottom 20.
Yeah.
All right, it's in the bottom 20, both pass and so I'm not going to hang my hat on just a shit defense, right? Again, being real about the situation, we got lucky. We got embarrassed, but we always get embarrassed in Jacksonville. And they definitely played better to their home crowd. So them on an away team, they had already lost 2 in a row. They're on a downhill slump, right? Let's be optimistic, but let's also not hang our hat that our offensive line is back, right?
Mm-hmm. Career high for Matt Ryan, 58 attempts.
Sure, which at 37
he was throwing the damn ball around. He was throwing the ball.
So Frank Reich's game plan is going to cost our boy arthritis in fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But our defense, I don't miss. The only thing Shaq brings to the table, because whenever the mic on any team, more often than not, unless you have some stud of a strong safety like a Sean Taylor, right? The mic will always lead the team in tackles, right? There's no other way around that. The Mike is always Zaire Franklin, whoever it is, they're always going to lead the team. So I don't look at the tackle numbers. The only thing Darius Leonard brings, obviously he's a leader and he's motivational, but his ability to cause turnovers. Because there's a lot of times where he can punch the ball out. These guys don't have this. That's a skill set that you have to adapt, right? That's the only piece I really miss about him, because as what we're seeing, Zaire Franklin is bringing energy. He's bringing motivation, leadership to the team, but he's playing his type of football. And he's not – sometimes when people get into stardom, I'm not saying this is Shaq, but they try to do too much because they got paid too much, or now they're in their head and they have to be this – it's like we saw on Trayvon Diggs on the Cowboys, right? He allowed the most passing yards, but he also had, 14 interceptions last year?
Yeah.
So, Shaq kind of lives and dies by this creed that he has developed. And these guys that we all know from the practice squad and second strings, they don't have the fluff to mess up. So they're going to go by the basics, right? And so I think that's why our defense is honestly working. Gus Bradley, whatever. I mean, take him with Frank to my personal opinion.
I'm with you on that one.
It works. It worked against Jacksonville, and as long as we keep a win streak alive this week, we'll see how good Zaire Franklin does against. Because Darius Leonard played against.
Where would Zaire sit if once we get Shaq back?
How about EJ Speed too? EJ Speed has had some pretty big plays too.
He had that big play at the end of that.
What was it? The fourth with the option or something? Yeah, the third or the fourth.
Down the sideline. We don't have him, bro. We don't. They take that. No. But Darius played what 3/4 of the game against Tennessee or a half? What did he play?
I was in Italy,
something like that.
Right, but he got hurt midway through.
Yeah.
And so now Zaire has to come off kind of not warmed up or anything. He's coming out fresh, right? So he's flat.
Right.
In my opinion, Darius practice this week. If he's going to play, you give him the most limited amount of fucking snaps you can think of, right? Like, let him ride the coattails until he is fully back. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion, because Derrick Henry is 6'4", 250. He's bigger than Shaq Leonard.
Big boy.
You know what I mean? Like, let's conserve that dude's body a little bit here, you know?
Yeah. I got you there. And another thing is, he has never played a full season. Never played a full season.
Damn,
I don't think he's played one full season.
Did not know that.
Who led in tackles last year? Him or JJ or TJ Watt? TJ Watt did, right?
I'm not sure.
They were up for Defensive Player of the Year. Both of them were like 1 and 2. So that's pretty wild that he didn't play a whole year and he was still up for that.
Right. Yeah.
He's a dog. He is a dog. I mean, he's got the presence. He's got the locker room behind him and everything like that. But I just it's hard to replace something that's working. Obviously, the turnovers could help. Tackles, like you said, don't really matter that much, but they help. But I think that knuckle of a fist he's got, he's turning over the ball.
Stats don't matter. The team stat matters. Individual, I'm not getting worked up over 66 tackles with Roquan Smith. He's tied for, right? Mm-hmm. As long as they can play together and they all feed off each other, like you said, EJ Speed, Tyquan Lewis, something just seems like it's working, right? That's like having Big Ben as your quarterback. The offensive line doesn't know how to fucking protect him because he's always running. He stands up for an hour back there. Same thing, right? With Darius Leonard is all over the place. I mean, how do the dudes in front of him and behind him know? That's just my personal thought, not hating on him.
I totally agree, man. And I get that with Shaq, right? But, I mean, also on the backfield, you got Julian Blackman. I mean, he dressed out, didn't take any snaps Sunday. But Rodney Thomas II.
Yeah, if Isaiah Rodgers plays at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Bradley.
That's the third one we were going to get to. It's like, what is the guy doing? I mean, look at this. I'm going to bring up
They're making him a special teams player, and that sucks.
Yeah,
I started calling him Mr. Clean.
I mean, check this out. It's like, look at these play. I mean, where's he at? Right here. Can y'all see my mouse? No.
Yeah, no.
Okay, but right here. Look, watch him bite up here. The amount of where are you going? Where are you going? And I think that happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So where's the disconnect with Gus and Isaiah Rodgers? Isaiah Rodgers comes in. He's kind of a dog. As we know from last season and the limited little bit we've seen him on special teams, he had a big recovery, I think, right? Didn't he have a recovery this week when he muffed a punt or something?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, he's
and then he returned it, and he's
got 10 yards on it or something.
Yeah, but right? Football is it is a political sport. There is favoritism, right? Whoever listens to the coach the best. In the NFL, Gus Bradley is one of those dudes because he's vetted in, right? he doesn't adjust personnel. He just takes his system, and whoever is a better system player, he puts them in. I understand that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if you're not going to take somebody like Isaiah Rodgers, who's super athletic, and try to help him with that system, I mean, like the same thing we did to Marlon Mack.
It's a waste of talent. It's
the same thing that happened to Marlon Mack when Frank Wright came. Marlon Mack was a stud when not right before Jonathan Taylor, excuse me.
Yeah.
Anyway, now he's gone, and now he got cut from the Niners. So, you know what I'm saying? But besides that, right? If Gus Bradley is just too systematic, and I think those first couple games we saw, we look like robots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody was able to play like Kenny Moore. We talk about him all the time.
Where's he been?
Glad we didn't pay him, to be honest.
I know, right?
Where's he been?
He wants all this money. You know, last year towards the end of the year, he complained about the system. This year, I think early in the season, he complained again about the system.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, you want to be paid this amount of money. The highest paid players, doesn't matter what system they play in, right? You know, if you're going to talk all this, you know, in Jacksonville last year, this year, Kenny Moore has been wildly inconsistent. He's had to do his plays. He has bad plays, but more bad than good. If you want to be paid like the top end, better be good in any system. And he doesn't even play the outside either, you know, and he wants to be paid like that.
So, well, my thing was
not.
and I told Van this last week too. We see a lot of people attacking Stephon Gilmore, and I rightfully would too, right? Kenny Moore is more athletic. He's younger. Stephon Gilmore's old. He gets beat on almost every single play. And his interceptions are negligence of the quarterbacks and gets good coverage disguising, right? Like the Broncos play. If Russ
not throwing the ball in time, if Russ throws
he
throws that ball early, that's
correct. Now the deflection was a hell of a play, but again, he was still 3 steps behind, right? He was smart. Kenny Moore, they're also not going to his side as much, right? Because you saw Christian Kirk last week, didn't get a lot of work in, and he was on Kenny Moore's side. So maybe they're preemptively scared to throw that way, which is a good thing. So we can't judge him of not getting activity. However, to your point, when they do run the ball to that side, this dude couldn't shed a block if he tried.
No.
He just like stands there with the receiver and the guy just goes past him. He just says, F it. I'm done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he has a quarters mentality right now.
Most impressive tackle I've seen this season was obviously the Travis Kelce on third down. That was like the best one. But yeah.
And that's a representation of the coach.
None of our coaches bring any energy to the field. It's all player induced.
No, and I said, you know, in the beginning of the season, last year, you know how the season ended. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
You think that the players, I went to school the next day. I didn't want to go back to school. No.
Yeah.
It was bad. But the next year, you'd think they'd have some pep in their step. No, they come out, they tie the Texans. They score 2-3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They get shut up by the Jaguars in Jacksonville, where you should have had some pep in your step. You should have had, you know, a little chip on your shoulder.
Revenge.
Where was it? You know, I feel like that's when a coach has lost the locker room. And now we're getting excited. Now we're kind of getting excited again, but it's only going to come back down. There's going to be a game, very important game. Exactly.
I think that's going to be the problem because Jim Irsay wants wins, and he may get the wins, but the wins and how we're winning should not dictate.
Not sustainable.
Exactly. And Frank Wright needs to go because how we're winning, yes, it's not sustainable. But because we have a W, I know Van and my uncle, they're real big on a W's W, which, yes, is true.
It is.
Come playoff time, how you get those W's actually matters, right? Frank Wright needs to go sooner than later because if they start switching midseason or they start getting down midseason or he's completely lost the locker room midseason, dude, we're going to be worse than last year. We can't have that. So I'd rather get those dudes turning quick, right? Matt Ryan shouldn't be the coach on the sideline. That's all I'm saying.
No. He shouldn't be the only one bringing energy to the
offense. He'd be better than coach we have, probably.
Yeah. He's kind of picking up some pep in the step. But I mean, in terms of like coaching, I mean, confidence in these young players, Nick Cross. I mean, are we hindering their confidence? Like not starting Isaiah Rodgers? Like, obviously waste of talent. I feel like on the Isaiah Rodgers side, Nick Cross hasn't proved much, but I mean, from a confidence standpoint in these young players, that we depend on a great deal. I mean, are we kind of messing up their confidence? I mean, I don't know.
And then how do you guys feel about them taking Bernard Raymond out and putting Dennis Kell over there? How do you feel about that?
I kind of like taking Raymond out. Dennis Kelly, he's got the experience, right? That's kind of a confidence thing. Obviously, throw Raymond in there. Let him have as many snaps as possible. Just, let's give him a shot. I get that. But when it comes to crunch time in a divisional game, Dennis Kelly, experience, a lot of games under his belt.
Bro.
You can't really risk it, right?
He recovered the fumble, didn't he, to save us? So, I mean,
yeah.
I'll take him for that alone.
Yeah.
He can play. And you never see it. And this is dumb and it'll never happen. But dudes rotate defensive lines all the time. We didn't already rotate everybody besides our center and Quentin Nelson. So let's just do snap counts for our O-line.
You've done it 3 weeks back to back. What's stopping 4 weeks?
Keep them fresh. Keep the defense guessing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All I know is that Matt Pryor, that's another topic. But
listen,
I mean,
to your point earlier, Frank Wright set up a good play call, and I was telling Van this after the post game recap we did. The quick passes went away. They went away in like the second quarter. They started going away, and then they started doing more rather than slants and in routes. They started doing more post routes and deep routes. Matt Ryan is at the time. That's why he's getting hit. Even that touchdown to Alec Pierce, he got folded.
Yeah,
and luckily he completed it. That pass to Pittman that we've all seen the highlight of right down the middle of the field, he got folded.
Neck was almost broke.
Dude, we're playing roulette when we keep making these dudes do 15-yard routes. Play to what you have, right? Like whatever your 2-minute drill is, that's all Matt Ryan's able to do right now. Just do the 2-minute drill the whole fucking game, and then you know what I mean? Like, and then again, and I'll call this, and I'll call it right now. And I'll bet anybody $10. $10.
A whole $10?
Hey, listen. Hey,
how about a jersey? How about
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Inflation's up to 9.1%. We ain't doing more than that, right? We will pass the first play next week or this week. We will pass. We will never set the tone with a run. We don't set it.
Well, we tried. We tried for 4 weeks, and the first and second downs were killing us. That's why we
can't really run the ball though. That's the only thing.
I'm saying when we start the game, we never start on a run, so nobody believes it. And then we get to the red zone and we throw 3 times. And the times that we throw, or it's a draw play. Like, what are y'all doing?
Or Deion Jackson, dog.
Deion Jackson. If this is why I'm not a Hines fan either. Well, I'm not a Hines fan, but Deion Jackson has proven himself to be an actual running back. He's not a scat back. He's not a slot receiver. He is a man's man running back. That's a good compliment to Jonathan Taylor because he's a third down. He's a true third down back. We have Nyheim Hines as a third down back. He's as big as you, Van.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A third down back when we were all younger. Dude, they were getting those 2 yards.
Yeah.
Nyheim Hines. Dude.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Obviously Deion Jackson was in an ice bath after that game. He was limping off the field, but he showed some heart. He showed some grit. That's the young player in him, right? That's the young player in him. Get him on 1 second and goal or 4th and goal, 3rd goal, whatever it is on the 2. That dog's getting in.
We don't.
You know what I want to see though? I want to see if he's going to fizzle out because a lot of times we have a lot of players that start really good. They have really good first few games for us, and then they fizzle out. Is that another product of the coaching? It could
because we don't have the line, and even against Denver was his first week. Philip Lindsay he could be a third down back, right? He can get you 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah.
Philip Lindsay will fizzle out. I agree to your point on that, but Deion Jackson, because he has to prove himself, he's not as vetted as Philip Lindsay is. I mean, dude, Jonathan Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, has averaged less than 3 yards. Deion Jackson has demolished that with nothing. Yeah. The same exact line, right? Like, I mean.
But there's the point, though. If it's working and we kind of get the line situated and put JT behind that, get some quick passes going, I mean, that's the Colts we've wanted all off season. That's the Colts we want this season. So there's weapons, right? It's there. It's just got to click. And back to JDW's point, I mean, it comes down to coaching.
We're too scared to stack the box in the red zone. Derrick Henry's about the only running back that people actually run up the gut nowadays in the red zone, right? Because they put 8 in the box. We're not going to run. We're going to do some wild screen pass or some hoopla. You know what I mean? The back of the end zone. Like, dude, Pittsburgh Steelers football is what we need to be doing in the red zone, boys. Run it all 4 plays.
All right, man. Hey, so obviously a lot to take out of the Jacksonville game. I mean, now here we are, against the division leader or who we're tied with, the Titans. I mean, this is a massive game in Tennessee. Kind of what do we need to do, right? I mean, we'll get into the injury report and practice report, the Christmas list in a little bit. But I mean, what's our take on Sunday?
Do you want to go first?
Nah, it's all you, man.
You got it.
So
got me all worked up.
what we need to do is we need to play how Chris Ballard and Frank Reich have wanted us to play. We have to win in the trenches. We can't let Derek Henry run all over us. We can't have Matt Ryan fumbling 3 times a game. Can't have any turnovers. Because Derrick Henry, if this run defense plays anything like it did last week, our
300 yards.
is not
300 yards.
Yeah. Could you imagine what Derrick Henry could do?
I don't want to.
I don't blame you. So you can't afford to lose possessions. Every possession matters versus the Titans. And then especially now, now even more of that, your run defense is struggling. Matt Ryan has been struggling with turnovers, even though he's been better. But you're playing the Titans again. These receivers need to come out too because the Titans have a pretty bad defense. So could you actually do it again? Could the offense find some consistency? Can you not turn the ball over? Just win in the trenches. We have to win this game how Frank Reich and Chris Ballard wanted to build this team.
If you guys saw what they did on Sunday night to Micah Parsons, that's exactly what you do. Because Tennessee has a damn good linebacking core, right? Tennessee's defense they're stout, right? They're not bad. They're not the greatest, but they're firm. They're solid, right?
You see that hat right there? Let's run the damn ball. I'm with you on that. I switched the hat up mid-pod.
What they did to Micah Parsons, nobody blocked him. All game, nobody blocked him, right? They let him run, and they just ran opposite or around. We need to do that on offense, right? Again, if we don't have the line, then we have to go around the line. Derrick Henry, like you say, he'll get 300 fucking yards. Yeah. If we let him, he'll get 300 yards.
Easy.
But we have to score first. Like, if we get the ball, we have to score because people knock Ryan Tannehill. We're talking about a system. He is the perfect system quarterback for Tennessee.
Perfect. He absolutely perfect.
He does. His turnovers are pretty under wraps now. He can throw a damn good ball, and he'll hand it off 35 times a game. Right? That's longevity with the same people. So he's used to. They're all indebted in that system, right? We have a lot of young guys. They don't know that yet. So they know that, hey, you give it to Derrick Henry when Derrick Henry slouches, go give it to Robert Woods or somebody like that, and then Derrick Henry goes to the sideline for 2 sips of water, and then comes out and runs a 60-yard.
We haven't scored. We haven't scored any points on our first drive. I think that's like an actual stat on our first. Well,
mind you, if we don't get that interception against Tennessee, we win that game.
Yeah.
Let's not act like we weren't way out of the league. Yes, again, we played catch-up ball, which again we cannot do that because now they're rolling, we're rolling. We hope. No, you don't ever want to play catch-up, but we had that game. Matt Ryan that's when Matt Ryan was turning the ball over, like JDW said, 3, 5, 6 times a game.
Yeah, you can't play catch-up against the Titans as well because they got that run. They burn so much clock on each drive.
That's right. The Titans defense, I don't know why I said the Titans defense is terrible. They have some players. They have some really damn good players.
Well,
Simmons scares me. Simmons scares me. If you have Simmons on the other side of Pryor, no. It could be better.
Well, they had it, and then you got to look at it, right? Did the Chiefs just have a horrible game? Did we have a really good one, or
I don't want to give them that, man.
One of our touchdowns came off the muff punt.
Sure,
that's what. Yeah, that momentum change.
That's huge.
Yeah,
but Ryan Tannehill is similar. I mean, any quarterback really to Pat Mahomes. When Pat Mahomes is down, he stays down. Tannehill does that as well.
Yeah, he can't really bounce back. I know.
And neither Derrick Henry doesn't really either. If you look at it historically, and Taylor Llewellyn is out. Right, he's the
is Burks out too? I think Burks is out for a good amount of time.
Yeah, so we have, but the problem is when your running back is the size of your left and right tackle, it doesn't really matter, right? But you've seen it. The New York Giants stopped them to nothing, right? We have the ability to.
Yeah,
it's just. And last week we missed a lot of tackles. Like our ability to wrap up first. Like we had Trevor Lawrence in the backfield. How many times? We never sacked him, but twice? I think 3 times. So
I think
we've always struggled with taking down a mobile QB.
Oh, dude, since I was a kid, always. But I don't care about turnovers, but if we can win the line of scrimmage, I'm good on that.
Yeah,
we don't need turnovers; just win the line of scrimmage, and we can't keep going to 3rd and longs. If we get into 3rd and longs, we're screwing ourselves.
1st and 2nd down are key, right?
Yes,
it's key. I want to see. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
All I'm saying is I want to see first drive. Let's maybe do, for Hayden's sake, maybe a pass or whatever, a run. I want to run, maybe 2-3 yards. I don't give a shit. and go guns blazing. Michael Pittman down the sideline, set a tone for the game. Like, come out smoking.
The
right?
problem is that we have young receivers, and so we have to have that system because we don't have that standout superstar that can kind of freelance and, you know what I mean, kind of get away with stuff. So you guys have all seen it. Michael Pittman runs a slant and post route. Probably 98% of his routes are post and slant routes. Alec Pierce is going long. You saw it against the Chiefs. He just runs up the sideline. So we get those third and longs. The defense isn't stupid. They know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, we mix it up, but I think we'll be. I hope we're fine.
Yeah. I think one of you two were saying it last week or on one of the lives. You guys were talking about how Peyton Manning didn't like to go to third down if you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why go to third if you don't have to? You know,
Exactly.
if you could get the first, just get it.
Yep.
Just get it. If you have the chance, don't wait because you don't get it in third. All of a sudden, it's fourth down. Oh, Frank Reich closes stupid little run right the middle every time. You know, I don't know.
Hey,
Sometimes
why do you want him gone? Let me hear why. What is your reason
Frank?
to get him out of there? Yeah. See if it coincides.
I am sick and tired of the inconsistency, the play calling. You know, and now. You know, and I'm tired of no emotion. I want to see some emotion on the sideline. Something happens, stands there, scruffs his beard, stands there. You know, I'm tired of it. You look at Mike Vrabel on the other side, he gets all fired up and the players love it. But he also isn't scared to dig into the players.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel does that. Frank Reich doesn't. You know, it's okay to dig a little bit.
This is the stuff Frank Reich's calling on fourth down, right? I mean, we had 7 years ago this happened, man. It's like, come on. I think that might be even Austin Collie right there. I'm like,
this is Waylon.
This is the stuff, man. That
even if you look back on it, yeah, like the emotional thing, inconsistency. We always blame. Again, I don't think Carson Wentz was our guy, right? Let's get that out of the way.
No, absolutely.
Carson Wentz was a problem as well.
Mm-hmm.
The emotion, like if you look at the new style of coaches, right? The dude from the Jets, he was the defensive coordinator for the Niners. Sirianni from the Eagle, like these coaches, like you said, Vrabel. What do they call him on Pat McAfee show? MJDJ,
MCDC, baby.
MCDC, the Detroit Lions.
Lions.
Like they bring something. It makes the players want to play, right? You have to, like, dude. You trust me. When we beat the Broncos, and Frank Reich's post game speech was like, "That's a hell of a win. That's a good win. That's what wins are all about." If I was in that locker room, I probably would have punched him. I would have been like, I'd have been in the back. Shut up! Like, we didn't score a touchdown, bro. We scored 4 field goals.
Exactly.
That's not a good game,
right? Right. So another thing is, I mean, I guess you can't really fault Frank for this. The fact that he has a new quarterback every year and the slow starts, you know, I understand that, but like when it starts to become the middle of the season. Towards the end of the season, it started to come to, and you have a game, you have a chance just to take the lead in the division. You know, take something in the division. Seems like every time you have that chance,
falls short. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he's calling these quarterbacks in too, though, right? He wanted Carson Wentz from the
Carson. Yeah.
Well, we didn't have this problem with Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers, I mean, we almost went to
made the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Phillip, I love Phillip.
We should have beat the Bills that year. We should have beat the Bills that year.
Phil was a good veteran quarterback. I love Matt Ryan, right? I loved him in Atlanta. I think he got a shit rap for being on a bum team. But, I mean, it doesn't help that he's on another bum team right now, to be honest, right? Like, you hate to say it, but, you know, his offensive line was trash. But he had Julio Jones. We don't have a Julio Jones, unfortunately.
No.
Michael Pittman is going to be a superstar at some point.
He's going to be a superstar. We got to
no doubt about it, right? But he's not 6'3", 230 pounds, running a 4.3 up the. You know what I mean? I just.
Alec Pierce showing some sparks. I've enjoyed seeing that grow over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. And then do you fire Chris Ballard with Frank Reich?
See,
because I say no.
I feel like I want to give Ballard a chance to build a team with his guy, with the franchise guy, to be able to draft a guy, move up, all necessary means, move up, get your guy.
Herndon Hooker, maybe?
Ballard won't do that.
Yep, Ballard will never do that.
He will not. Like,
is he scarred from the Andrew Luck saga? I mean,
like I get it.
Get
like,
over
you're
right.
Yeah, you're waiting for the right guy, but if you keep waiting, you're not gonna get him. You have to go out and get that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the I think the Texans trade up for Watson. I think the Ravens trade up for
Lamar.
Yeah. So many teams trade up to get their guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes it fails. but you can't just sit there and not do anything about it. Yeah, you're going to be thrown out the door if you get the guy wrong. You're going to be thrown out the door if you can't get the guy.
Yeah.
I've said that since forever as well, right? We sucked so bad. That's why we got Peyton Manning. We didn't get Peyton Manning because we traded up for him.
We sucked so bad with Curtis Painter with Andrew Luck, right?
Sure, right? And that's my point of go get OBJ. Like, the Colts have never – if you really think about it, when is the last time we've drafted? I mean, Jonathan Taylor, let's hope he's not.
Bill Polian was reserved as well.
Oh, very reserved. We don't ever get people with personalities. And I know it causes conflict in the locker room, but those are college kids, right? They grow up after you draft them, become
that's another thing, man. Like, I feel like these guys are more worried about the character than the talent. I get it. The character is important. But how are you going to win games without talent?
But that's what they say about the Colts, right? The Colts way is the classy. You know what I mean? Like
Marvin Harrison, touchdown, not a Ocho Cinco. I'm like, let's get a damn Ocho Cinco in there.
I want
let's get somebody. I love Marvin Harrison.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's get somebody loud. Let's get some energy.
Exactly.
Like, come on. Let's get a dog.
Get someone with some fire.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's not all this good guy fire, some bad guy fire is good.
But I think when we get a coach, because Dungy wasn't like that. Dungy was just a hell of a coach that knew how to get his players right, and he was coaching in a different era. And Dungy was at Pittsburgh with a different era, so he had that grit. He just didn't broadcast it. Caldwell, Pagano, and then Reich. They're not going to go get those players.
Yeah,
they're not. You need to go get like Ray Lewis from the sidelines or from the bleachers. Go make him the head coach. And I guarantee you, we get a flock of players like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
I feel that. Hey, so while we're on it, man, I know we got kind of sidetracked into GM talk and the head coaches, but
it's fun. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Hey, so predictions, man. What's predictions? Who wants to start? Y'all want me to start or?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was kind of off last week, but not by much. So, in Tennessee, man, it's obviously a must-win to take the division. Here's the JDW's point. Like, let's take this game, right? Like, this is a must-take for Frank and this Colts team. So I'm going. I think the over
was like 2.5.
Yeah, over under is 42.5.
Oh, the
over under 40. You are right on 2.5 though spread, but 42.5. I think will be. I don't know if we'll be under or over, but at the end of the day, I'm going 24 Colts, 17 Titans.
Right. If Tennessee plays like they did against the Commanders, we have a fucking damn good shot. Was it Commanders?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Commanders. They barely beat till the last second.
It's weird. The Titans are another one of those teams. They have a stinker here and there, but then they go out and they beat those great teams. It's
like what they've done in the playoffs the past couple of years too, right? They run the regular season, they maul through everybody,
get to the playoffs, and they drop an egg.
Yeah, exactly.
That's because I feel like you need a quarterback who could go off script. I don't feel like Tannehill can do that.
Well, not with the weapons he has either, though.
No, Robert Woods. They got Robert Woods. I mean, he's a big pickup, but outside of that, I'm not sure what kind of depth they have. At the wide receiver spot. I mean, they paid the king, Derrick Henry, so much cash, right?
That's another thing to go and show you how coaching makes a big difference. The Titans and the Colts were very similar last year. Very good defense, very good back, very good offensive line. Well, yeah, very good offensive line. Titans are a little worse of an offensive line. Not many weapons. The Titans still found a way to get first seed in the AFC?
Yeah,
they were a very similar team.
They beat us twice. I think they beat us twice.
Yeah, both times they beat us.
JDW, what's your prediction for the Colts game, man? Let's hear it. Let's see what you got.
As I want to take the Colts.
Oh.
I can't.
Oh, no way.
Hey, you're a better man than we are, bro.
God.
I can't. If they win, I am so willing to take the blame. I'm so willing to take the flag. But, I just can't pick them. And another thing that kind of makes me happy about that is when I don't pick them, they find a way when you pick against them.
We did the same thing with the Chiefs game. We did the Chiefs game, and then they, we went with Chiefs. But what's your prediction on score? What you think? Is it at least going to be a close one?
Yeah, honestly, I think 24-20 Titans.
24-20.
27-17 Titans.
20.
Okay.
You're going Titans? Come on. You're putting me in the corner here. Come on.
We got to be real, right? Like, I thought the Jacksonville thing was going to be a blowout. It's in Nashville. Matt Ryan already gets flustered. Now he's in an away crowd. It's just one of those things. I again hope we all hope we're wrong.
Me too. Yeah.
But again, it's just like Derrick Henry has momentum. And Derrick Henry has momentum. They're coming off a bye week, so they're rested.
Healthy.
Bye too. Yeah.
Like I just don't. If we will not be able to play catch up anymore.
Do you think JT's going to be kind of that? If
Frank
JT
Reich
starts and he's rolling, what do you think that could save him at all?
If JT gets 15 carries, Frank Reich needs to fucking get fired ASAP.
But another thing is about that, I think he's going to be very limited with that high ankle sprain. High ankle sprains take a while to heal.
Yep.
And even when you come back, you're still not the same. So
he had turf toe.
And it wasn't a toe.
Yeah. He had the mild turf toe too. But if it was just a mild turf toe, I would fully expect him to play versus Denver. High ankle sprain, I never thought he would play against Denver. I'm not trying to be negative. It's just a high ankle sprain. A lot of people can't walk, after a week of having like a sprain like that. Mm-hmm. Takes a good week for them to be able to do simple tasks, just walking easy. So I expect him to play against Denver. I expect him to play last week because high ankle sprains, they take time to heal. Yeah. That's what Julian Blackmon, that's what I think he had too. The Colts are just very hush-hush about injuries too. But John Taylor.
Bring these dudes back on a fluff week, not a divisional win. You know what I mean? Bring them back like on a Washington Commanders week. Right
Without Carson Wentz. Without Carson Wentz. Like, let's go.
Right now, guys, come on. Leave Shaq out of it. Like, stop.
Hopefully Carson plays some snaps so we can get a second instead of a third. That might help us in drafting up this year.
He stays healthy for us, but he goes to another team and we have a chance to get some kind of better pick, and it doesn't happen, right?
Screws us always.
So much for the horseshoe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one thing I never really believed in is like luck and like super. I don't know how I feel about that stuff.
Luck is an excuse for people that aren't prepared. When you're prepared and your back's against the wall, you remember how you train. You don't remember about luck.
Exactly.
Right? You revert back to training at the end of the day. So.
Exactly.
There we go. Hey, so we got our predictions in for the Titans game. Like I said, I'm backed up against the corner. I got JDW picking the Titans and Hayden picking the Titans. I love it. I love the interaction, but we will see Sunday. But I'm sticking with the boys. But Hayden and we got a little competition going on. Currently, Hayden is up by 1 game.
What is you guys' record predicting?
Hayden is 42-34. And I am 41-35. So we're only 1 game off, right? So we're going to do it with JDW on the call today, man. So we can go 1 game at a time, or how do we want to do it?
I will never vote for the fucking Eagles. I will never say the Eagles will win. And that's where Van has caught me every week is that the Eagles win, and I won't.
I should have stuck with the Jets pick. I didn't want to do it because you got to my head a little bit late in the picks, and I was like, I can't be this risky, but I should have picked them. So we'll switch off. We'll do 1 at a time.
I already have an upset in here, but you guys.
Save it. Let's hear it. So tomorrow night, New Orleans in Arizona, primetime football. I'd expect to obviously take the under in any Thursday night football game. But with D-Hop coming back, I'm going Arizona in this.
Go ahead,
Who do we got?
I agree with you there, too. I'm going to take Arizona, too. I think Arizona wins 24-20. That's my score prediction for this one.
Okay.
Thing is, I don't think it's going to be very high scoring because even with Hopkins coming back, they have Robbie Anderson, too. They traded for him.
Yeah.
They have a lot of speed, a lot of weapons. But can Kyler Murray get it? Can he get it right?
Back to the conflict of, hey, people get paid and they kind of slow down a little bit, right? He got his bag. He's playing Call of Duty on the weekdays, but he needs to be looking at the damn playbook. So, who you got, Hayden?
New Orleans.
Marquise Brown out as well. IR.
New Orleans.
Oh, he is out.
New Orleans?
New Orleans has been, first of all, they've been scoring points. Alvin Kamara's back. They've been scoring points. They just haven't been winning. They had points against the Seahawks. They almost won last week. They're due for a win.
Andy Dalton starting? Who's starting?
Doesn't matter. Saints by a mile, baby.
Oh, okay. Saints by a mile. Wow. All right. Hey, you're up next.
All right. I'm going. Does Atlanta ride the high?
Don't tell me you got Mariota. Come on.
Dude, Mariota,
they
Cowboys, first of all, you know what? Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, JDW.
I'm gonna take Cincy.
I got Cincy on that as well. That might be my
wide receivers get it done.
Yeah,
I think they run well.
Joe Mixon, I think Joe Mixon can be a dog as well. He's very boring to watch on fantasy and everything, but he's consistent. And it looks like Joe and Jamar Chase are getting on the same page.
But who do the Falcons have, and how are they winning and competing there?
Patterson's out or whatever. I think
that's all I'm saying. And they still beat the San Fran, or still beat San Fran.
Yeah.
San Fran's not a bad team.
They had a fumble like on their own.
Atlanta's defense is solid.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Hey,
I'm just saying. The Bengals.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see, baby. We'll see. Hey, JDW up next. Next one.
I'm taking Dallas, and I think Dallas is favored by 7. Let's take it. I'd take the bet.
All right.
I take them to win more, or to win by more than 7, because if we saw what happens when
7. They're at a 7.
Yeah.
Spread 7.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take Dallas because have you seen the first time Detroit actually played a really good defense, and New England's
is Dak coming back? I mean, I think Dak's coming back, right?
I don't care who it is.
Exactly.
I still think they win by more than 7.
But if Dak comes back, does the mojo go away, right? You got Cooper Rush in there
throwing
the ball, right? So that could be a big thing. I'm going to go Dallas with that. Hayden and I have made a pact. We can't get on the coattail of these Detroit Lions at MCDC. Can't do it.
Well, guess what?
I'm going Dallas. You're going
I'm
Lions.
going Detroit, dog.
Oh, hey, you're throwing that jersey away. I don't know if you.
This week I'm sending it. Let me tell you what. Last week, that was Zeke Elliott held his own. I don't care who plays, like you said, at quarterback. If it's Dak, I think Dak's going to play worse than if Cooper Rush plays at home. Personally,
I'm saying that.
And so I think if they play Dak, it's a big mistake because the Lions, again, they are still able to score points. They have a super off week, but then they can score 45 points against the Seahawks, and that's not a bad team.
I got Dak saving his job.
I'm going Detroit, baby.
All right. I'm up next. So, Commanders with Heineke or the Packers. I don't know. I might go ODU, boys. I might go ODU on this. That's a local college. This is my brother went to college. Shout out Cole. A lot of my buddies know Heineke. So, I think Heineke's going to come out as a dog. Right, they got a decent run game. They got some weapons, so I'm going Washington on that.
Ooh, I'm going Green Bay. I think this is a get right game for Green Bay.
All right, we'll see, maybe. Hey, you saw Heineke come in short week in the playoffs.
Aaron Rodgers is still a top 5, we'll say, quarterback in the league.
My thing is, what I'm going to give Washington is teams have film of Carson Wentz on the offense. They don't have Taylor Heineke. So you don't have the film. It doesn't, it's tough.
Hey, when he came in from the XFL up to the Washington football team at the time, he almost beat Tampa Bay, who went on to win the Super Bowl. Playoff game, all on the line. So I'm telling you, Heineke's a dog. Don't sleep on him. So y'all got Green Bay. I'm going Washington. Who we got next? Go ahead, JDW.
I'm going to take Tampa Bay over Carolina.
Yeah.
I think Tampa Bay plays enough defense. Carolina's offense is. I think that's a mutual. It's worse than ours. Okay.
All right. So I think a mutual agreement. Hayden, are you going to go crazy and pick Carolina?
No.
All right. So let's get into it. Over under 40.5 with an 11 spread. I think it goes under 40.5, but they cover the spread.
I say under, and I say they do cover the spread as well.
Okay. Under. All right, Hayden, you're up.
Dude, at home, taking the big cats. I'm telling you, for some reason, I can't fully buy into Daniel Jones. I don't know why I can't, but Trevor Lawrence looks damn good. If they can run that football, Christian Kirk's going to have a bounce back week. Now, I know the Giants are one of the best teams against the pass, but, dude, I don't trust Daniel Jones, man. I don't.
I trust Saquon Barkley.
That was my upset of the.
I
trust Jacksonville.
I trust Saquon, but I'm with you on Daniel Jones. I don't buy into it. This might be a little high. They're running on right now, 5-1. I mean, that's a damn good. That's their best record, I think, since Eli. Maybe even better. I don't know how Eli started, but I think we can all agree on. I'll go Jaguars as well.
Yeah, when he said the big cats, I thought he was talking about Carolina because we were still on that.
No. Oh, that's why you threw your head down. Yeah, I'm not that. I'm dumb, but I ain't that dumb.
All right, man. So we got Jacksonville. I'll take Jacksonville on that. So now, Baltimore, Cleveland, Jacoby Brissett, the old Colt leading the team. Baltimore. Lamar's got to do it, man. I mean,
Yeah.
sitting at 3-3, that record does not reflect
Well, that
how the
they've
Ravens
had
are
horrible
playing.
coaching, bro. Horrible.
Who?
Baltimore has had Jim Harbaugh in the end of games. I mean, you got remember what's the stat, JD? You might know. Like they have been in front of everybody by 3 or 2 touchdowns every game, and they blow leads every time.
The Miami
Reminds me
game,
of
they're up
somebody.
like 3 touchdowns and
Yeah,
fourth
they're
versus
by
Miami.
3. Yeah, 3 in the fourth.
Blew
I
it.
think it was like 13 minutes left. They were by 3 touchdowns.
And they scored another one somewhere in there, I think, in the fourth.
Lamar Jackson will bounce back.
Yeah, I think Lamar has a bounce back game and
He wants that money.
under 45.5. 45.5.
I don't think he doesn't want to play in Baltimore, in my opinion.
Woo, you crazy.
Nah, that's a
Does he want to play in Indy?
Yeah, I was about to say that. We'll take him. Hey, we'll pay him too.
Jim Irsay ain't paying nobody that much money. You out of your mind. You guys all know that, dude. We like old people to be our quarterbacks.
Yeah. All right, so we're all in Baltimore. Agreed?
Yep.
All right, JDW up next. What you got?
This is a tough one. No,
Very
it could be a trap game for the Jets.
I think the same thing.
4-2. Jets.
Broncos have a
versus
good
2.
defense. They could create a few turnovers.
Yeah, but
Denver.
I tell you what, that's Sauce Gardner for the Jets.
South Bows.
The DB, dude. I'll tell you what, man, he's impressive.
Anybody that has a Cuban link chain with a diamond sauce bottle with actual sauce in it, I'm riding with it. I'm riding with it, man.
I'm taking Denver though. I think Denver
Denver off defense or Denver because Russell Wilson gets his head out of his ass.
defense.
I don't think he's got his head out of his ass yet. He has to bounce. Like he has to.
I feel like the Jets.
Like he's not that bad.
I feel like the Jets putting a whooping on the Dolphins, putting a whooping on the Packers.
Yeah.
I think they come down to earth. I think they, I'm not saying they're bad. I said before this season, I think they're gonna be a sneaky team. They have some good players, but I think this is a game. It's the NFL. Weird stuff happens, man.
Hey, they're 3-0. They're 3-0 away. That's a big one. Who you got, Hayden?
Jets.
The Jets too. I think I gotta stick with the Jets.
I'm not a fan of their QB situation. Zach Wilson seems like he's kind of starting to find his role. Joe Flacco held his own. Don't like that guy, but
Flacco.
Dude, they got young guys, man. Again, it's all about buying into the system, and they're buying into it. Those young dudes, Braxton Berrios, shout out to Miami. All those cats, dude. I'm going Jets, man.
All right.
I want Russell Wilson to do good though. Like I do want Denver to be a good team.
I don't think he will. No,
Yeah.
I don't think he will.
I mean, he is not that bad as he's been out to be, but I'm going Jets. JDW got Broncos. And Hayden has the Jets as well. So who has the next game?
Anybody. Ain't
Was
nobody
it me that had it?
I don't know.
think I had it last.
Yeah, go ahead.
That doesn't really matter though.
All right, so Las Vegas, Houston, 1-3 and a tie. Texans and 1-4 Raiders. I can't fathom to think that record reflects how the Raiders are. But is it Josh McDaniels? I mean, coaching, right? New head coach. But you got Devontae Adams. You got Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr. I'm going Raiders. I'm going Raiders on this.
Josh McDaniels, he coached us. He coached the Broncos when Peyton Manning was there.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, they didn't do horrible, but that's not a coaching thing.
He also won a shit ton of Super Bowls with the Patriots.
Correct. So maybe it's a personnel thing, but
Patricia did too, though. I think.
Say
won
what?
quite a few over there. Patricia won a few over there too.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. The Texans are like again, they hang on, right? Like they do some weird shit, but you got to say Devontae Adams, Derek Carr come through, right? It's the
Josh Jacobs too.
All right, I'll take the Raiders.
Raiders. Everybody got Raiders.
He's not the black sheep anymore. I like that.
Yeah, here you go.
You. Well, welcome, man. Just join the rest of us.
You got the Raiders too, Hayden.
Yeah.
All right.
Take the Raiders.
All right.
This next game is going to be, man.
Ooh, Seattle and the Chargers.
Right. Let me tell you what, Mike Williams. I had him last year in fantasy.
I have him this year.
Let me tell you what, that dude is the most phenomenal receiver when he is hot. When he does not get, I've never seen a receiver get 35 points a game, and then for 2 or 3 weeks straight get 1. Never seen it. But Mike Williams, make sure that you see it every week.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Joey Gelati, my boy. I played him in fantasy this week, and he had Herbert, Mike Williams, and the kicker for the Broncos, and I was only up by I think 20 points, and he had 3 players still to play. Mike Williams came up big for your boy with 1 point, and when Herbert threw it for 50 plus times NFL record, they didn't get it done. It was a horrible game, but I got to go Chargers.
I was down by 0.06 going into that Monday night. 0.06. I was down. He had Latavius Murray that he picked up on a waiver. I had Mike Williams, and Latavius Murray got him more. Dude, it's just I'm still hurt.
So 2 weeks ago, I know it's not like on topic with the Chargers. I was down like 65 points.
Damn.
I had Mahomes and Kelsey versus the Raiders.
Let's go. That was 70 points alone.
Touchdown game.
Yeah.
I think that was like 70 points alone combined.
But dude, I think they punished me or something because like the next day, this past 2 weeks, I log into fantasy, none of my teams are there.
Oh God, yeah, they got it out for you.
None of my teams have been there. I checked the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, you did something, man.
I mean, it makes you feel any better. I've lost by about $1,000 in parlays the past 2 months. So
well, we threw the parlays. We threw the parlays for 15 legs, hoping to get.
Dude, you gotta. If you're gonna throw $100 in, you go big, baby. You win 180 grand. You don't win $18. You win 180.
I said it Thursday. I got to get my boy Colin Gann on
big
here.
Or go home.
Yeah, I got to get my boy Colin Gann on here to talk some points. But who y'all got?
I think Seattle still rides the wagon, man.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
I got Chargers on that for sure.
I'm not buying that, man. He looked horrible against Denver. Horrible.
I can agree with that. I mean,
how do you throw 50 times? Not
lingering ribs. Yeah, man, lingering ribs.
That lingering ribs. He was a stud the week after he had the rib injury, and the week after that. Yeah. How do you go 50 times and not score a touchdown?
Yeah, first time in NFL history.
And your kicker, who can't even stand up, wins the game for you. Come on, bro.
Hey, muffed punt. It's running in the league, right? So we got Chargers. You got Seahawks. Hayden. All right. Hey, Kansas City, San Francisco.
Do we all have to say it? Yeah. Do we have to say anything different, guys?
Yep. But we got the over under 48.5, and this is at a 2.5 spread.
I'm going to say under.
I like the under on that, but a 2.5 spread. What is Vegas now?
It depends. If San Fran lets them, again, the Chiefs are a team. Andy Reid is a good coach. They're better than when they have momentum. They're better than any team in the NFL. There's no Patrick Mahomes completes Travis Kelce 3 or 4 times on a drive. You can just hope that the next 54 minutes of your life after that first quarter or first couple drives, you just hope they don't have 50 points. You know what I mean? And again, I like Jimmy G. He's a good system quarterback. He's plain and simple, but he ain't scoring you 40 points a game.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right? And Deebo Samuel, he's on my fantasy too. I don't know where the fuck he's been, but he doesn't exist anymore either. So
I heard Brandon Ayuk is doing really well now.
Yo, don't worry. Yeah, because the guy at first, that's who he had. He had 28 points. I had 7.
I played him last week. That was big. Kansas City, all in. All right, we got Miami, Pittsburgh.
Right, Danny W, you're taking Kansas City too, right?
Oh,
nope.
You didn't take Kansas City?
Nope.
I thought you said Kansas City.
Fran. No, I said San Fran.
Oh my gosh. All right. Hey, we'll see. We're going to bring these stats up next week.
What's your why? What is why?
So,
you know something. You're a Vegas guy. I don't know. They got a 2.5.
San Fran's really physical. I think they could rock Patrick Mahomes early. They have good defense. Get him frustrated. I think the Niners have a chance to pull this one out. One of the people.
George Kittle have a big game. I think George Kittle's a better all-around tight end.
Better than Kelsey.
All around, yes.
I think he'll have a better game than Kelsey.
Hot take. I need a hot take. I need the hot take, Emma.
Yeah, you have nuts to the floor right now, my guy.
Yeah, I love it.
Whew.
All right, Jimmy G and him have to start connecting at some point.
Jimmy G needs to pay some bills too, so he's got to win.
And I feel like they're not running the Wildcat as much as they did last year with Deebo.
He didn't want to. Remember, that was a big thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, what a selfish player! Right? Go win the damn game.
Just go in, do it again. Dude, do whatever you have to do to win, man.
What superstar doesn't want the ball at all times? I don't get it.
All right, let's see. Hey, Pittsburgh, Miami. Maybe Tua comes back.
I'm going to go Miami just because I think Teddy Bridgewater, regardless, is better than both Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky.
It's not saying much, though.
I think Jalen Waddle could be better than Kenny Pickett. Like, come on. You're wearing 2 gloves, big guy. What's going on? So I'm going Miami on that. Who you got, JBW?
He's picking the Pittsburgh. I can see it in his face. He's going Pittsburgh.
100%.
Look out, dude.
Claypool, big game.
I don't know who to go for this one.
I mean, if Tua comes back, my opinion, we're going to see his obituary in the newspaper next week.
Hey, it's a 7-point spread favoring Miami.
See, this is how I feel about the Dolphins. Like, they were amazing the first 3 weeks. Tua was playing amazing. Tyreek was playing, they're doing amazing. But I think they're a mystery because 3-0 teams doesn't really say much. The first 3 weeks you don't really, until film is out there, that kind of stuff. So since Tua hasn't been in there, is Miami really contenders? Are they really not? I think they're kind of a mystery until Tua comes back. But I'll go Miami.
I think Pittsburgh will cover because I think if you type in the most common betting odds in Vegas, that's like 1, 4, and 7. I think, right? I think Pittsburgh will cover for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just think
I still have my doubts about that game. Doubts about that.
I think Tampa Bay win was a fluke, though. I think that Pittsburgh. I mean, they're at home. You know what I mean? Like,
could give them some confidence, though.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
you're not
very
wrong.
well.
A young team.
Dude, you make me want to switch my pick.
Hey,
I got a jersey on the line here, man.
Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Hey, it could be a big game for Najee Harris. The Dolphins have struggled against Breece Hall. Breece Hall has been pretty damn good. They struggled against Breece Hall. Who they played last week? I'm completely just blanking.
Breece Hall.
But the Packers.
They played the Jets,
Packers.
the Pack.
Yep.
Wait, the Dolphins?
Oh no, they're talking about Breece. I think about the.
I thought that was the running back for the Jets.
Oh yeah, but Breece Hall had a good game against them. Their run defense hasn't been phenomenal. So if Najee Harris can get going, that can help if Pickett's playing. Then you have some good weapons. Deontay Johnson. Does Xavier Howard play? I know Byron Jones isn't playing. Noah Igbenogany has been iffy.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive line is solid.
You got Hayden thinking.
Minka's playing against the Dolphins.
Yeah. You keeping it locked in? I'm still locked in on Miami. Okay,
here's this. I think Pittsburgh will pull it out, but for the sake of me betting Van, if we both lose the same game, it doesn't hurt my record as much. So I'm going Miami.
Selfish.
I'm switching to Pittsburgh.
Let's go.
I'm with you, but on paper, I'm taking Miami. By the way,
country, dead and
before we get to this last game, let's all acknowledge that the primetime games have been trash from Thursday to Sunday night and to Monday night. Who in the fuck wants to watch the Chicago Bears and the third string quarterback on the New England Patriots?
Hey,
insane.
What are you saying about Bailey Zappi over there?
Hey, he's dropping points. He's dropping points, but
listen,
this ain't it.
Last year, I was holding my breath, hoping that someone got him and hoping he'd go to a place where he got a chance. I saw the Patriots. I'm like, oh, Mac Jones was there. Yeah. But hey, Mac Jones went down.
Where'd he go to
Brian
college? Where'd he go to college?
Western Kentucky.
Okay.
So a smaller school. He's not like a big guy, but and he's not gonna wow you with arm talent. But he's got a lot. He's got enough arm. He's got accuracy. He's got anticipation.
Games. I mean, he's winning some games.
I love the kid, and he can run a little bit too, and he has awesome leadership.
All right,
I was pulling for the kid.
New England for me, then. He got me sold. New England.
All right, you got. I'm going with New England as well. I don't trust Justin Fields. Oh,
wait, what?
Here we go.
No. I'm kidding.
I
was like, what the shit, dude?
Yeah, I can't buy into the Justin Fields just yet. But I think Belichick, he'll get it done in Gillette Stadium. So
did you see Chicago squeaking one out though?
I could, but in Foxborough, I don't know, man.
No, I can't because Bill Belichick's the best coach ever coached football.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, no different than Trey Lance. Give it up. Maybe even Jordan Love on the Packers. Give it up. Stop trying to hold your hat on these dudes. This running quarterback thing, yes, I understand it. But you got to be able to throw the football, right? Trey Lance can't throw as good as Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen can run pretty decently. Now they can't run as good as Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson can't also throw. So if you're going to be extraordinary, be one or the other. Trey Lance and Justin Fields trying to be
both. Another thing is with scrambling quarterbacks, at one point in your career, you're going to have to be able to play from the pocket.
Did you see 3 weeks ago? I think it was 3 weeks ago. The over for Justin Fields passing yards was 145.
Shoot. I don't think he hit it either, did he?
No, he hit. I think he hit like 146 or 147.
Oh, my God.
What does Vegas know, man?
They know something, man. They know something. You're in. You're in on it too, JDW. You're in on it.
Do you guys remember the Steelers and the Browns game where Najee Harris fumbled it and the Browns somehow scored a touchdown or some crazy stuff? The Steelers scored a touchdown and messed up
Yeah, I remember it was like a super boost or something on FanDuel. Pat McAfee went nuts. I think it was in the last Steelers Browns. They had some fumble on the over or whatever, but
there's no control in that football.
I had that exact score prediction until that fumble.
Did you see Tony Romo? He predicts every play.
I don't know.
But that Bills-Buffalo game, he predicted the score in the first quarter. He goes, this is like a 24-20 game.
Yeah. Dang.
Come on, dog.
Hey, I got to jump, fellas. But look, JDW, it was a pleasure. Everybody tuning in. I know it's late in terms of if y'all have made it this far, you got to give the boy, a follow. But maybe next time we go live, post-game, you're more than welcome to jump on the show. And like I said, subscribe, Colts Nation, man. So thanks for tuning in, episode 8.
Later, guys.
Peace.
If you get those picks, man, I'm giving you a phone call. And then we're gonna start winning.
There we go.
Winning some money, man.
There we go. Hey, man, let's have a big Sunday. Hey, everybody's against me. I got the boys, but they got Titans, so we shall see come Sunday.
The Titans.
So
the Panthers.
Hey, the Panthers.
The Panthers.
Peace out, Colts Nation.